Hey there, guys! This is Pharaoh2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward. Last time we left off, we had a very interesting ending. Once again, we had to point out that Dio was the bomber, and this time he gave us the number 2 bomb. At least the number 2, the password for number 2 bomb. However, we didn't have the input device, we were looking around for it, but then we ran into Luna, and we've used the atom, and it's like, oh, I have cybernetic arms, but I'm not really a robot. I just have cybernetic arms. But then she gives us that weird code saying she had very specific instructions to give us, and she just seemed odd. And she gave us a code, and then we blew up. But now we actually are going to go back to the middle path. All this thing has been locked for a while, and we're going to see how this concludes. So it's been a little while since we come here, but basically it's the same thing where Dio betrayed us. Yeah, Dio betrayed us. Not he betrayed us. We voted ally so he can kill us, so he can give us the Excelsior.
Sigma's BP is...
And there you go. What a douche. Come on, give it to us. Come on. I'm excited. I wonder what the hell's going to be happening here. Here we go. This is new.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand? There's something white on it. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. Your arms are cybernetic.
Oh, that's why it opened up here. Oof, I think I know what he's gonna do. What the hell is that? I have cybernetic arms? It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones of an ABT exterior to mimic human skin. But I had no idea why. Nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remembered having, had been replaced. And that flash of Luna I'd seen, I was certain that it had never happened. Those things had hardly mattered, though. If I survived, I could worry about them later. The fact that my arms were mechanical, however, that might be useful. I called up all the strength I had left and stood one more time. What are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already?
What?
Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door!
Sigma, what are you saying?
Looks like you finally gave up. Whatever. I was just about to flip the switch anyway.
Hurry up and...
Hey, don't rush me. Okay. You've got 9 BP now, right?
Yes?
Well, what do you say? Want to come with?
I will remain here.
Why?
I cannot abandon Sigma.
Don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help.
But...
Do you think Dio will? If he's the only one who gets out of here, there's no hope for the rest of us. You're the only one we can count on.
I understand.
Great! Glad we got that settled. Shall we go?
No! Stop!
Fi began to move, but it was already too late. Dio grabbed a lever and threw it down.
The number 9 door, it will...
It's been fun. Peace!
I promise to call for help and return as soon as I can. Please, do not give up hope.
Yeah, I know. Just get going already. But... just you, Kay.
Huh?
As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched. Then, calling on every last bit of strength my wearied body could supply, I launched myself toward him like a coiled spring. I slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor, wrapping my hands around his ankle before he'd get back up.
Hey! What are you doing, you bastard? The door's gonna close! Let go! Let it go, goddammit! Let me go!
He lashed off his free leg at my head, shoulders, and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightening my grip with every blow.
Hey! What the hell is this shit? Why are you doing this? I kept my promise, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I. As far as I recall, it didn't say anything about letting you escape.
What? Shit! Stop screwing around, asshole! I have to get out of here. I'm not going to let my sacred mission get fucked up by some self-righteous idiot.
Dio began to pull himself along with his elbows, bit by bit, edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight through the door, but the gate was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door.
Sigma! Stop! That's enough! Please, you have to let go! The door's going to shut on you if you don't let go!
That just seemed like Luna, to me, is like the way she was like, oh, maybe she knew a little bit. Or Fi, or I think they know it's going to happen, so let's just hope it's not going to be gory. Alright. See you later, Dio.
You're an idiot right up until the end, aren't you? Just hurry up and die, you senile old fuck!
No. I'm gonna live. Oh, that was a noise. Ugh.
The number 9, this end. Thank you. As the escape, please.
The announcer's voice grated at the inside of my skull. I felt tired. So very, very tired. I felt my eyes flutter closed. And then nothing. Mhm.
Sigma! Sigma!
Finally awake, huh?
Where am I? I rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed to stand up. Well, to be honest, it was an examination table, not a bed. Which meant... the infirmary, huh?
I guess they carried you out here after you passed out.
You guess.
Well, I wasn't there to see it. I was out just like you. But I was in the AB room.
Why?
That bastard Kay. He punched me in the stomach. I can't believe him. He didn't want me voting, so...
Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to 9.
Yes.
So, where is he now?
On the other side of the number 9 door. With Dio. You told him to go, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Is your arm okay?
Arm?
I heard what happened. Cybernetic arms, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. I was starting to get a feeling something was up with you.
I looked down at my left hand. Or rather, I looked down at where my left hand should have been. Instead, there was a stub, wrapped in white gauze. I told myself I'll do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me. But I had a feeling I might come to miss my hand. Oh yeah. How's Quark?
I'm right here.
Quark? Man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better?
Yep. Thanks to you. You got the medicine from that jerk Dio, right? Luna gave it to me, and now I'm better. Thanks. You're the best, Mr. Sigma. You saved my life.
It seemed they'd shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew now how I made a deal with Dio, and about the journal we found with the Latin in it. Clover and Phi seem to have done most of the talking.
It was completely the opposite of what we guessed. We're not infected. The rest of the world is. That means this place isn't a quarantine facility. It's more like a shelter.
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet. I thought the same thing you did, but then Sigma pointed out a couple of discrepancies.
Yeah, Phi and I have already gone over it, but explain what I noticed. 1. If we were in a shelter for uninfected people, why had Quark been infected? Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the virus really bypassed all those measures? It didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after a disease had become widespread, but that wasn't what had happened. First we'd been abducted, then the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero had put us in the notary game. If we were survivors he wanted to protect, then why try to kill us? If we were in a shelter, why wasn't it safe?
Well, what about this? Maybe someone anticipated the pandemic. I don't know who. Probably Zero. Anyway, they grabbed us before the pandemic really started. Then they put us in the shelter. But then, after a while, he got bored, so he decided to have us play this game to kill time.
Who on earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could die just because he was bored?
Well, we don't actually know if there is poison in this bracelet.
What?
You're the only one who's gotten injected so far. And when you did, it was only Soparil.
What are you saying? That what I did at the number 9 door is all pointless?
No, that's not what I mean. That can't be it. I'm sure there's tubocurarine in the bracelets. The Atom's analysis confirmed it.
But what if the Atom is lying?
If you're going to do that, then we don't have anything to base any speculations on. You could say that the newspaper article was fake, or that the Latin journal wasn't real.
Or the journal was real, but my translation was a lie.
You made it up?
My translation was accurate. I'm just making the point that once you start talking about this stuff being fabricated, it doesn't stop. I don't think Zero is doing this just to take the piss out of a lime.
What?
I was just trying to stress that I don't think Zero would do this to pass the time.
How do you make that mistake?
However, I do think Clover has half a point.
Meaning?
That someone did anticipate this pandemic. That part seems reasonable.
Well, if the virus was spread on purpose, then I could see how that might make sense.
Yeah. It's not like Noah put all the animals on his ark after the flood happened. He went around before the rain started falling to gather them all up, right? Are you saying that we were rescued because we're all that's left of humanity?
We were brought here because someone knew there would be a pandemic that would turn us into an endangered species? Does that mean we're supposed to repopulate the planet?
Repopulate? I looked around and did a quick inventory. Four women, an old man, and a kid. That meant I was the only young, fertile male. Repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. If that was the case, maybe there wasn't any reason to escape. If the newspaper and the journal were right, and then the world outside was crawling with deadly virus, why would we go expose ourselves to that? This would be the safest, happiest place on Earth.
The game's over. There's no point to any of this now.
No, that's not true. The game might be over, but we've still got a lot of unanswered questions. In fact, we've got even more questions.
So, are those answers going to open the number 9 door again? It's all over. Why we're stuck here doesn't mean shit. The 8 of us aren't leaving, ever. That's all that matters.
8?
You're including the old woman?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? What if the old lady is Zero Senior?
Yeah, you're right. We never even considered that.
But that would mean the person in charge of all this was murdered by somebody. That doesn't make sense. Maybe she wasn't murdered. Huh?
Are you saying she was infected with Radical 6? And killed herself?
But we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the AB room with her.
Maybe she was killed somewhere else. And then someone carried her in there.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at her one more time. Maybe we missed something.
Sure. Okay. We looked down on her body of the old woman. Vi was the first to move. Quietly and methodically, she began to examine the woman in her clothes. I just stood there. Even if she was dead, no, especially because she was dead, I just didn't feel right touching her. After a few silent minutes, Vi suddenly stopped. She pulled something from one of the old woman's sleeves and held it out toward me. A card?
Looks like an ID card for this place. Since it's got her picture on it, I'd say it's a safe bet the card is hers.
Huh. Looks like her name is... Kurashiki? Kurashiki. Ever heard of it before?
Nope. You?
No. Yes. Why, though? Anything on the back? Huh. There's something written on here. It says Jumpy Doll. Jumpy. Okay, we know who this woman is. And to be perfectly honest, I know people are gonna say, oh, you're lying, whatever, but I had an idea that it was her. The similarities just kind of, I mean, I feel like they kind of look the same anyway. But there's also another theory I have going on that I just don't want to say yet, but let's see what's up.
Well, actually it says pass equals Jumpy Doll. So I'm guessing Jumpy Doll is a password of some sort.
Jumpy Doll. Okay, or Jumpy. So all that time I kept saying Jumpy in the first game. This will be Jumpy. Well, I guess it would make sense. What does that mean?
Beats me.
Looks handwritten. She must have put it on here herself so she wouldn't forget it.
Yeah.
We were still looking the card over when I heard a commotion from the other part of the room.
Alice! What's wrong? Alice! Oh no!
What are you planning to do with that?
Vi and I turned around and gasped.
Damn it!
We ran to the other end of the room and skidded around the partition. There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. She didn't seem stable. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. The look on her face was all too familiar. Quark. She looked just like Quark had when he went insane. But that meant...
Goodbye.
Her hand moved, lifting the scalpel high in the air, then driving it down toward her heart. Oh. Okay, she just straight up did it. And that was that ending. Whose ending was that, though? Actually, just leave it at the top. Nothing happened at the bottom. Benji, what are you doing, buddy? Could you... I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Benji, no. No, see, move away from the chair. Because I don't want to step on you or roll over you. It's because it's windy today. So, he doesn't... He gets scared when it's, like, super windy. Which doesn't make any sense. Like, he gets attached to you and he doesn't want to go anywhere else. So right now, I'm just trying to grab it. Oh, Benji, come here, buddy. What the hell's wrong with you? Come here. Come here. You're so heavy. Oh, okay. You want to say hi to the people watching this video? No? Okay. Just sit here, okay? And I finish the recording. This isn't professional. So, okay. And now I just figured out something. Remember the mystery of the two-headed lion? That car, the computer that had a user ID and a password? That must be it. I'm assuming that must be it. And I can't wait to continue on with that portion of the story, because that was a lot of crazy crap. Like, everybody died there. Oh man, guys, I think we're like almost done. I'm starting to think about this. I mean, there's still like a lot of mysteries left, but I think we're somewhat almost done. Man, I love this game too damn much. But yeah, whew. This ending, I mean, it's good. I mean, because seems like we finally have what we need to open up that, or gain access to that computer and whatever. And I'm assuming about those first gate and second gate stuff that Luna and Kay told us about. Maybe. But damn it, that doesn't make any sense. If the old lady who I think it is, I mean, it has to be, then how the hell would Kay know her? And the age. Oh, God. Oh, because this is Quark's ending. Okay. Alright then. So, let me go here and this. So we only have 2 more endings. That being Phi and Luna. Oh, God, I wonder if that means anything. I really wonder. Alright. So, we got 2 paths left, pretty much. We can go back here and deactivate the stuff. However, I don't think this must be the true ending. It has to be. At least I'm thinking it has to be, anyway. Because this is where we deactivate the bombs and everything. That's why everybody's still freaking alive. This ending, on the other hand, like, everybody's freaking dead. And we found, like, I mean, Luna and Alice were in the crew quarters, I believe. We found Kay and Dio were killed in the rec room. And I think Temioji and Alice, or Temioji and Clover were handcuffed in the infirmary, I believe. And we can't find Quark anywhere, so I don't think this is the true ending, but I think we need to do this in order to get the real ending. So, oh man, and I think we have what we need to solve the mystery of the two-headed lion. This is going to be fun. So, that's what I'm going to be doing next time, guys. So as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward. I'll see you guys later. Benji, no. Get away from the microphone. No, that's the pop filter, buddy. Do you want to say bye? No? Okay, I'll see you later, guys.